Home Depot is a very interesting case. This is not a distressed retailer, and it is not a fast-changing turnaround story. It is a dominant home improvement franchise moving through a soft housing cycle, and that makes valuation much more about timing than survival. If we start with the present, the stock is trading around $354, with recent closes around $353.56 to $354.33, and it sits about 17% below its 52-week high of $426.75. So the market has clearly cooled from peak optimism, but it is still valuing Home Depot as a premium quality retail franchise, not as a broken cyclical name. And that fits the chart quite well. The current price is above the orange fair value line, but below the upper blue valuation path. In other words, Home Depot no longer looks euphoric, but it also does not look cheap in a deep value sense. The market is still paying for quality, scale, and resilience, while discounting a slower housing recovery than investors once hoped for. That interpretation also matches the company's own cautious 2026 outlook. Looking at the past, one of the biggest historical successes with Home Depot was recognizing that this business is far more than just a consumer retail chain. Over time, it built a powerful moat through brand, scale, supplier relationships, distribution, and execution. That is why investors often gave it a premium multiple. But the historical mistake was assuming that even a great operator could fully escape the housing cycle. When mortgage rates rose, housing turnover slowed, and customers delayed larger remodels, the stock stopped behaving like an always rising compounder and started behaving more like a cyclical leader waiting for better conditions. Now let's talk about the present fundamentals. In fourth quarter fiscal 2025, Home Depot reported $38.2 billion of sales, with comparable sales up 0.4% overall and U.S. comparable sales up 0.3%. For the full year, sales reached $164.7 billion, up 3.2%, while comparable sales rose 0.3%. Those are not explosive numbers, but they do show the business is holding up better than a weak housing backdrop might suggest. The bigger issue is what comes next. Management guided fiscal 2026 to total sales growth of about 2.5% to 4.5%, comparable sales flat to up 2%, and adjusted diluted EPS growth of about flat to 4%. Reuters highlighted that the company is still describing the recovery in home improvement demand as gradual, not sharp. That matters for valuation because premium stocks usually need either stronger growth or clearer acceleration to re-rate higher. That leads into the future. The bullish case is that Home Depot does not need a housing boom to work. It can keep taking share through its pro-business, strengthen its distribution capabilities, and stay disciplined until deferred demand returns. If turnover improves even modestly, that could unlock bigger ticket renovation spending and make today's valuation look more reasonable. The bearish case is that housing remains stuck, project demand stays sluggish, and the stock simply treads water because good execution is not enough to overpower a weak cycle. That is the real tension in the chart. So the conclusion from this slide is pretty balanced. Home Depot still looks like a premium quality business, but the stock is no longer being priced for peak cycle enthusiasm. In the past, investors were rewarded for paying up for operational excellence. Today, future returns likely depend less on multiple expansion and more on whether the housing environment finally becomes supportive enough for Home Depot to turn solid execution into stronger growth again. Home Depot, the key question in 2026 is not whether the business is strong. It is. The real risk is whether the housing backdrop stays too weak for that strength to translate into a stronger earnings recovery. The biggest risk is housing market stagnation. Home Depot said it still expects a gradual improvement in home improvement demand, but the broader housing market remains constrained by high mortgage rates and low turnover. Reuters reported that the company maintained 2026 comparable sales guidance of flat to up 2%. Which tells you management is not assuming a strong rebound. If housing turnover stays weak, that limits the number of customers taking on larger renovation projects. A closely related risk is softness in big-ticket spending. Home Depot continues to face pressure in larger discretionary projects because consumers remain cautious with expensive remodels. Even if smaller repair and maintenance demand holds up, weaker big-ticket activity can weigh on mix and slow revenue growth. Reuters highlighted that elevated borrowing costs and a soft housing environment are still pressuring these categories. Another major risk is tariff and sourcing cost pressure. Reuters noted in late 2025 that Home Depot's margin performance was being hurt by tariffs on imported goods, along with higher wages and logistics costs. For a retailer with massive scale, Even modest cost inflation matters if customers resist price increases or delay projects. Margins are also a watch item because Home Depot is investing for future growth. The company's 2026 guidance implies adjusted operating margin of about 12.8% to 13.0%, while EPS is expected to be only flat to up 4% year over year. That is not bad, but it does show that revenue growth is not fully dropping through to profit at a powerful rate. Then there is pro-execution risk. Home Depot has been leaning harder into the professional customer through SRS and the planned expansion of its trade distribution platform. That creates long-term upside, but also integration and execution risk if the market stays soft or if synergies take longer to show up. Barron's reported the GMS deal would further expand that push, adding scale but also complexity. Finally, valuation itself is a smaller but real risk. Home Depot remains a respected franchise, so the stock is not priced like a distressed retailer. If same-store sales remain sluggish and the housing cycle takes longer to improve, the stock could derate even without a major operational problem. That is an inference from the current setup, supported by the cautious 2026 outlook and management's own comments about a slow recovery. Home Depot's 2026 risks are less about business quality and more about whether a weak housing cycle, cautious big-ticket spending, and cost pressures delay the stronger recovery investors are waiting for. In the short term, the biggest opportunity is the professional customer. Home Depot has been leaning much harder into Pro through its SRS platform, and that strategy expanded again when SRS completed the acquisition of GMS in September 2025. Management has made it clear that these deals are meant to deepen Home Depot's reach in specialty trade distribution and building materials, which can make the company less dependent on the volatile DIY consumer. A second near-term opportunity is recovery from a weak base. Home Depot's fiscal 2026 guidance still assumes only flat to up 2% comparable sales and flat to up 4% EPS growth, which means expectations are not especially aggressive. If housing turnover improves even modestly, or if deferred remodeling projects begin to come back, the company may have more room to outperform than the market currently assumes. Another short-term lever is the resilience of smaller projects and omni-channel execution. Even while big-ticket demand has remained soft, Home Depot has continued to benefit from repair and maintenance activity, and its scale in stores, delivery, and fulfillment gives it an advantage if demand starts broadening. That matters because it means Home Depot does not need a full housing boom to show better results. It may only need a less bad environment. This is an inference supported by management's cautious but still positive 2026 sales outlook. Longer term, the biggest opportunity is the Pro ecosystem itself. The SRS acquisition, followed by GMS, pushes Home Depot deeper into specialty distribution, with expanded reach in roofing, landscaping, pool, drywall, ceilings, steel framing, and other building products. That broadens the addressable market and strengthens relationships with professional contractors, a customer segment that tends to be larger, more recurring, and more strategic than pure DIY traffic. There is also a powerful structural tailwind from the aging U.S. housing stock. Even if turnover remains weak in the near term, older homes still need repair, maintenance, upgrades, and eventual renovation. When housing activity finally improves, Home Depot could benefit from both deferred demand and normal long-term housing upkeep. This is an inference from the company's own framing that current weakness is cyclical rather than a sign of structural demand erosion. And finally, Home Depot still has the financial profile of a compounder. Its 2026 outlook implies continued profitability, and the company remains one of the strongest cash-generating retailers in the market, giving it room to keep investing while also supporting shareholder returns. Home Depot's upside in 2026 is not about a sudden boom. It is about building a stronger Pro platform, staying disciplined through a weak housing cycle, and being in a powerful position when home improvement demand becomes more supportive again. Now let's look at the analyst rating picture for Home Depot. At first glance, sentiment is clearly positive overall, but not aggressively one-sided. We have 4 strong buy ratings, 18 buy ratings, and 15 holds with no sell or strong sell ratings. That tells us Wall Street still sees Home Depot as a very strong business, but it also suggests a fair amount of caution about the near-term setup. That makes sense. Home Depot has the kind of qualities analysts usually respect: scale, brand strength, strong execution, solid cash generation, and a long runway with the Pro customer. But at the same time, the large number of hold ratings shows that many analysts are still waiting for a better housing backdrop and a stronger recovery in big-ticket demand. The key nuance is that there is no real bearish camp here. Analysts are not saying the business is in trouble. They are mostly debating timing, valuation, and how quickly the housing cycle can improve. So overall, the message is pretty balanced. Home Depot is widely viewed as a high-quality company with solid long-term positioning, but for many analysts, the near-term upside still depends on a clearer recovery in housing and home improvement demand.